Hello there. Ooh. Okay, cool. All right, welcome to well, so there's a new release of the, what is it called? I got a package. So I had to purchase an item because I live in America, so I had to get it first just because they wanted the American version. I don't know, maybe sometimes electrical standards and such are different. Like if you want to get a cell phone, you should get it in America because of different bands anyway. The freedom bands. But so I'm pretty much getting this DC coupler. It's called the DC-C1 coupler. It's for the rechargeable batteries. Like I said again, I'm just testing it out and then sending it off to somebody. And yeah, we're just gonna see how it goes because I'm not a product reviewer, but they asked me to check it out. So yeah, what do I have? I can use my keys. But yeah, we're gonna just go over because this is like, I think this is like a good educational thing too, because this has to do with the battery stuff, right? So for lenses, the only thing that can move is like the lens optics, so the glass, and then of course the electronic contacts, so those little pins on the edges of lenses. Make sure those are always clean. You can, if anything, you can just rub. Of course, it has to be dry, cleaned and everything, and then wiped with like a lens cloth, like a dirty lens cloth, and then if anything, you can always wipe rubbing alcohol on it, just a little bit, just to clean up the contacts points, right? But the thing we're going to talk about is this, the DC-C1. So I assume Sony has like, maybe they want to save their cameras. So, and I guess the USB-C, because right now I'm on the USB-C. At least for the A9 III, I can shoot 4K, 60 or 30 or whatever. When I'm streaming, I can only do 1080p 30 or 60, or else it'll drain too much battery. But it's not like, again, I don't know who's streaming in 4K. Like, no one has the capability to stream in 4K. I think except for YouTube. But even then, yeah, it's just too resource intensive, like, so again, it's like you need like a dedicated video camera for that. This is like, again, I don't know who's using these cameras as a webcam. Now I get it, it is good. We are going to do a slight test of that, like, because of course it's going to work. Like, why wouldn't it work? But yeah, I just find it like, just, I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense to use a 4K display, because most people won't even know the difference. Like Twitch, for example, cannot even see it. If you use 4K because of video calls, I don't know what to tell you, because you're going to turn on that what's that filter called, the Sony's beauty soft skin effect. Yeah, you're going to turn that on, so you might as well just use 1080p mediocre webcam, $50 webcam. Nowadays people are just throwing away the webcams. But what are we gonna do? Well, we got the paperwork. What we are going to open up, this is the guide reference. Okay, yes. Okay, so we're gonna go over the documentation, because I think everyone forgets that these are electronic components and they're very, very important, and it's safety, right? For example, if you leave your batteries in a car, especially third parties, I think Sony does it pretty well. I don't know. But things expand and contract. Batteries have cells inside, and there's like liquid and stuff or whatever. You know, now they're trying to do solid state to combat those issues and weight issues and stuff. But they give out these paperworks. They force you to do this in America and other countries, right? It's like a requirement when they sell products on the open market to have these paperworks and to do all these stats, right? So when you buy those third-party things, they're not giving these inside the box. I don't know if you ever bought something from Amazon. You bought some like cheap Chinese light. You know, no offense, but some of these lights, they have no packaging other than the warning saying, hey, don't use this with water, or don't put it next to, you know, don't shock yourself and stuff like that. So little warnings. So for this one, we're just going to look at the caution part. It says, you know, you're cautioned that any changes or modifications not expressly approved in this manual could void your authority to operate this equipment. Note. Okay, note is just the FCC rules. Okay. Go to the important part. Okay, so this is the most important part that people need to realize when it comes to these dummy batteries. Because it's live power. This equipment generates uses and can radiate radio frequency energy, and if not installed and used in accordance with the instructions, may cause harmful interference to radio communications. However, there is no guarantee that interference will not occur in a particular installation. If this equipment does cause harmful interference to radio or television reception, which can be determined by turning the equipment off and on, the user is encouraged to try to correct the interference by one or more of the following measures. So I'm just essentially reading you this because I know most people will not read it. You know, it's electronics. Everyone should, like, it's because of your safety. You don't want to like batteries will blow up and it'll expand so much. Like if it's a good product made, it'll just break the case and it won't actually explode. So reorient to correct the interference measures, reorient or relocate the receiving antenna. Increase the separation between the equipment and receiver. Connect the equipment into an outlet on a circuit different from that to which the receiver is connected. Consult the dealer or an experienced radio and TV technician for help. Do not leave this unit, the supplies, accessories, and memory cards within the reach of infants. This may be accidentally swallowed. If this occurs, consult the doctor. That's just, you know, baby safety. To store this unit, avoid any location subject to extreme high and low temperatures, high humidity, or direct sunlight. So, you better keep this room temperature controlled. If static electricity or electromagnetism causes data transfer to discontinue midway, fail, restart the application, or disconnect and connect the communication cable, USB. Again, this product has been tested and found compliant with the limits set out by the EMC regulation for using connection cables shorter than 3 meters, except LAN cable. See? So you can't use any USB-C cable longer than 3 meters, except for LAN cables, when you're connecting to your device. I assume because of the power input and output, load balancing and stuff. The electromagnetic fields at the specific frequencies may influence the picture and sound of this unit. So you know how high frequencies can be picked up by audio. That is just the safety thing. Now we're going to read this manual. I think is this just words? Because this is an instruction manual, I think. We're just going to read to the important parts. So, okay. Avoid damaging, notes on use. Avoid damaging any cable. Damaging the cable may cause a fire or an electric shock. Do not tamper with or damage any cable. Do not place a heavy object on any cable or tug the cable. Do not bring a heating appliance close to any cable or heat the cable. See, that in itself makes this product like indoors only. Who's taking photos and videos indoors? Obviously right now I am doing so, but there's no action indoors unless you're shooting like a film. But even then, if you're shooting a film and you're moving the camera a lot, it'll cause issues. That's why the USB-C is connected, because it can power the device. It's not waterproof, but it's at least a bit more water resistant, right? Because the only port that's open is the multi-use cable, and that is just like a remote function. It's not like a power. It's not a thing that goes and powers other things. It's like if you mess up your audio or microphone jack, most likely those ports will just not work, but your whole camera will still function properly. Make sure all the cables are properly deployed. Tugging a cable tripping it may cause the connected product to fall down or over, resulting in an injury. Take sufficient care when connecting and deploying the cables. To prevent low temperature burns, do not allow your skin to come in contact with this unit for long periods while the unit is powered. Do not use this unit when it is covered, for example, by a blanket, to prevent heat buildup inside the unit. Heat buildup may cause the deformation of the unit or a fire. Do not remove the ferrite cord from the cable, from the plug-in plate cable. It is attached to prevent unwanted radio waves from being emitted. The plug-in plate casing for the Z battery is not designed to contain info W series. The unit is not dustproof, splashproof, or waterproof. You hear that? So you can only use it indoors. I take this USB-C cable, I hook it up in my backpack, and I have it connected to one of my USB power banks. And the USB power bank has like a 3-prong outlet as well. So you cannot take this outside. It will mess something up. So yeah, and then of course it's going to use 65 watts, I think, if I'm not wrong. That's a lot of wattage. Like, that's very inefficient. But again, it's for the people who live stream, I guess. And the people who, like, the only use case I can think of is like a 10-hour lapse of like something that you might need. So I was going to test that out myself, actually. But yeah. To avoid the risk of a fire and electric shock, observe the following. Do not disassemble or alter this unit. Do not use this unit with wet hands. Do not allow ingress of water or foreign matters, metal, flammable substances, etc. to this unit. Do not use this unit in a place subject to water splashes, high humidity, dust, oil, fumes, and steam. To avoid the risk of damage or malfunction, observe the following. This unit is precision equipment. Do not drop the unit, hit it, or is subject to a strong physical impact. You hear that? It's a precision instrument, even though it is a battery. Meaning something in the battery has things that go up and down, similar to like a steam engine, I guess. I don't know. It's too complicated to explain, but it's just how the circuit... It's a bit too complicated to explain, but it's just how circuit and electronics function. I don't know much about it, but I just understand the overall general picture, because if you don't understand the general overall picture, you're going to get hurt, you're going to ruin your camera, or it's going to be a very expensive mess that will make you, it's like if you break a lens, like it'll just like make you upset, which of course at the end of the day, you can always purchase another one, but you don't want to make something go to waste. So, be conscious when you purchase things, and then when you use it, use it to the best, to get the most out of it, really, for whatever use case scenario there is. But yeah, so it's a precision instrument. So yeah, do not touch the electrical contacts on this unit with bare hands. Wow, noted. Okay, that's something you would think you could touch it with your bare hands. Electrical contacts. Do not use or store this unit in a place subject to high temperatures, humidity. For interior inspection and repair of this unit, contact your Sony dealer or local authorized Sony service facility. Handle this unit with care to avoid risk of dropping it or letting it exposed to liquid, so do not drop it. Keep the plate in contacts from foreign objects, including dust and sand. It is not recommended that you perform photo, video shooting in extremely cold or hot locations where the ambient temperature falls outside the operating temperatures. Wow, operating temperatures. What is the operating temperatures? I see, okay. So the specifications, input is 20 volts, 3.25 amps. Operating temperature, 0 to 40 Celsius or 32 degrees to 104. So what does that mean? You can't take this outside for astrophotography. Unless you're inside like a car or something, you cannot use it outside below 32 degrees. Yep. I don't know why this person wanted the US model, but I don't know. They're paying me to send it to them. So this product is 184 grams. That's pretty lightweight. It's like half the baddest lens. So so included, it comes with a DC coupler, plug-in case, plate casing for the Z battery, and USB-C. Then this is just the connecting unit. So it says remove the battery pack from the camera and insert the plug-in plate into the battery inspection slot. Connect the USB-C ports and use supply PD supply incapable of connected. Delivering electric current of 5 amps. Use a USB PD supply. USB-C that meets power. Remove this unit from camera. Unplug. Oh yeah, you can't use. I think the Apple thing. What does it say here? It says the input is 100 to 240 volts. So, wait, output 3 amps, 20.3 volts, 3 amps. How many watts? Yeah, but you can't use the Apple thing. You can't use the Apple brick thing, like the extension brick. Or it'd be unsafe too, right? But I think it'd be, I don't know, I just don't do it. Okay, out of the instructions out of the way, we can go to the actual thing, and it's just wrapped in this paper, you know. You know Sony, they're very conscious about it. Comes with, of course it has to. It comes with that proprietary cable thing. I don't know if people know this, but like I remember when I had my Nikon D3100, it came with like this thing to attach so that people could use their third party. This thing is there to, it does something with the electrical thing. I don't know, it does some radio signal or something. I have no idea. But yeah, ZCAT 2035-0930. So here we got the Z plate. So this is the dummy battery part, right? You take this out. And essentially you plug this in. See, this is like the stupidest part. They don't even give you this. So yeah, I don't know, but it is pretty long. How much? So like, it says 3 meters. How long is this? Is it 3 meters? I forgot how many meters is it. But yeah, there's all this special thing. So, you know, the DC out, the indicator. I just like to look at the pins sometimes. I don't know, it's just like interesting to like note. So inside, whoops, you know, it's got the W, right? And then the Z. So essentially it stacks upon itself, which in itself, if you think about that, that means that the W battery can become a Z battery. Of course, though, it wouldn't output as much power. But I wonder if you can put a W battery inside this, and then you can have a W battery as a Z battery. That sounds like someone who wants to break their camera, possibly. I don't know. I don't have multiple Sony cameras. I only have one E mount and then one A mount, and I'm not. Yeah, that sounds like an expensive thing, but you know, maybe that's what I would question out of this. But yeah, I'll hook it up to my desktop, and then we'll just do a OBS test stream thing. But yeah, it's not. I mean, maybe I won't even do so because this camera can already do it with the USB-C. So it seems kind of pointless to test it out. But I mean, it is noteworthy that this is what they needed. So, because again, like I said, it is like batteries expand and contract. It's amazing that, you know, Sony will just give you know, a non-third party or the, you know, first party thing. So when it comes to these things, like lenses actually don't matter, right? Because there's nothing like powering it. It's just connecting it. It's kind of like wearing a hat, right? Even if the hat has like a special thing to it, it's just a hat. But when you connect something like because remember, batteries is a source of energy, right? It's a bunch of calories. So that's like food. So if you inhale or ingest or topical things or you know, if you consume energy that is not a healthy energy or a source of energy that is questionably not fit for you or for your body will react, and then it'll try to fix itself, right, in the immune system and such. So, you know, it's like when your body smokes a cigarette, it tells you it's not good. But anyway, that's my, you know, I mean, everyone's got a unhealthy obsession over something. But yeah, if you consume organic food or you consume more food suited to your demographic diet, then you know, your body will treat you well, and then it'll serve you well and get you from A to B, hike up mountains easy peasy. Will I hike up mountains with this? No. I don't think anybody can hike up mountains with this. It's to me, you see, as an outdoorsy kind of person, it becomes pointless. But I do see the appeal, and it is good that Sony is giving it to the cheaper thing. And then it's so crazy that like when you add up all these accessories that the smaller cameras have or the other bigger cameras have, you're essentially paying for a pro level body anyway. So you might as well just get the pro level body and have all the things already. But you know, I digress anyway. Anyway, and then you have to remember, you know, you have to even, never mind. But yeah, it's cool that Sony made it for the safety of the people. Where is this made though? No, made in Thailand, okay. But yeah, if, yeah, do not open it. Don't do all that kind of stuff, but it is good to know. And the USB-C port does look slightly different than your typical USB-C port. But it's great to see that Sony is doing this for their customers and their, you know, patrons. So yeah, I hope this was informative and me reading the thing and then me explaining why you should treat your electrical components, at least when it comes to things that depend on it, you know, even being on, for example, right? Like, I think when people get a camera and stuff, it is a camera, but yes, everyone has to remember it's a computer. So you got to treat this computer, this mobile computer, very delicately, because again, this is, you know, this is a precision instrument. So they got something cooking up in there that, you know, that makes it so it doesn't, you know, have errors. But if it does have errors, then I guess people, I don't know, it's a brand new product, so who knows. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this. I hope this was informative. And yeah, if you didn't like it, then I don't know, don't watch it. But this is like a PSA type of thing. Because again, I see on the forums there's so many errors, and I've never gone into an error other than like oh, how do I do this, or how do I get this kind of picture profile color, you know? So yeah, my errors is like human error, not camera equipment faultiness error. Even I bought a used Sony A99. Nothing is really wrong with it. It's just like an outdated camera, really, in terms of software. But Sony needs to, oh man, Sony needs to have multiple exposures. I'll make that another rant maybe someday when I get the time to. But yeah, hope it was informative. Hope you learned a little bit of something. Safety first when it comes to electronic components that comes with anything. You don't want batteries to expand and contract. Never use a third-party battery. Just don't do it. You don't want to risk all this very expensive precision equipment and mess up the optics and the the biology of the camera. So yeah, again, hope it was informative, and yeah,